This is a WTN News special presentation.
You're watching the Tech Edition by the World Telegram News. I'm Adrian Jackson at a reporting lab in New York. Tonight, the Road to Victory Road, a tribute to Inazuma Eleven's 15th anniversary and the fans that kept it alive during the tumultuous development history of its latest title, Inazuma 11 Victory Road of Heroes. This is part 1 of our multi-part reporting series. I'm joined in the studio by Orbitron as well. Orbitron, what do we have to look forward to?
Yeah, so we have a lot planned. We have loads of interviews plus a full-blown special breakdown and analysis of what we currently know about Inazuma 11 Victory Road of Heroes.
This special report is taped in advance, so information may not reflect new details which released after July 24th. For up-to-date coverage, follow our Inazuma-only account at Lightning News TV on both Instagram and Twitter, our main news account at Telegram World on Twitter, and count on a video to release not long after the announcement. Again, you're watching the World Telegram News. Inazuma 11 is a football RPG game made by Level 5 that the creators behind games like Professor Layton, Ni no Kuni, and Yokai Watch. The story deviates from game to game, but generally it follows the team of Raimon Junior High and their journey to becoming the best soccer team in Japan, later becoming the greatest team in the world or the universe. Honestly, it really depends on what series you're watching. The original trilogy follows Mark Evans, the football-crazy captain and goalkeeper of Raimon, whose grandfather was actually the captain of that very same team. This team would be nicknamed the Inazuma 11 because of their determination and wit. Characters have special moves in this universe, allowing them to jump in the air and shoot fireballs from their feet. Whether or not it's some sort of magic or superpower is not directly explained, but the type of moves each character can do is entirely dependent on their element, which includes water, fire, and wood. No, they can't master all of the elements, but they can airbend with their feet, so that's something. The following trilogy of games is called Inazuma 11 Go and takes place 10 years later. Formula is pretty much the same except with a new protagonist, Matsukaze Tenma. The duology after that is called Ares and Orion and it takes place right after the first Inazuma 11 game in an alternate universe where certain things that are revealed later in the game never happened to begin with. Our main character, Sunny Wright, not related to Phoenix, and anyway, they go through the whole motions of bringing back football to Raimon, they blow, they eventually get better, and would you look at that, they become the best in the world. This brings us perfectly into our next section though, because unlike the first two trilogies, I was actually referring to the anime plot for Ares and Orion and not for the video game. So why is that?
Inazuma 11 Ares, the game, not the anime, was announced at Level 5 Vision 2016, a whole year before the anime's first promotional trailer was unveiled. The game was supposed to release following the anime to coincide with the 2018 FIFA World Cup, but was later postponed multiple times. The game was slated to release on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, iOS, and Android, making it the first game in the franchise to release on a non-Nintendo console. In 2019, Level 5's president announced the game would have its development reset, and would instead focus on more characters outside of Ares and Orion since both had already finished airing by that point. This game would be called Inazuma 11 Great Road of Heroes, and was expected to release in spring 2020, only to be pushed back further another several times. Since then, the plot has changed, instead following a character named Sasanami Unmei, who is a traumatized kid who loves soccer but is unable to play himself. He is revealed to be the team's manager. This slightly deviates from the general trope of main character the series had went with prior. From here, Hino slowly began revealing more parts of the story and the game itself, so here's what we know. Edvardi?
The game is slated for release in 2023, though it's unclear about when. It could be likely that there will be more information by the time this video releases, but we're reporters, not fortune tellers, so we'll leave that to the theorists. The story is completely optional though, with there now being two modes, a story mode and a chronicle mode. Now the chronicle mode will allow you to collect and play against characters from Inazuma 11's entire roster. There has been speculation that certain characters may be cut, but this claim is largely unverified speculation, so I would treat it as such. Additionally, the claim was partly refuted by Hino in an interview by Famitsu, where he said, quote, "Basically, if there's a player you liked from a certain game, I think you could meet that player in this one." Hino also gave further information about Chronicle Mode in that same interview, saying, quote, "By winning a match route in Chronicle Mode, you get an item called a Kizuna Star. Each route is part of a constellation which you can complete by putting your Kizuna Star on a board called a Player's Universe, where characters can be unlocked. On all platforms, gameplay is controlled using regular controls on your controller. However, players using a Nintendo Switch can also play using their finger in a similar fashion to how Inazuma 11 games worked on the DS. This mechanic will work in both portrait and landscape orientations. For the story mode, the game will not follow the story of Raimon Junior High, but instead follow a team from a school in Nagasaki, Kyushu Prefecture. A video presentation of the game has been released as a part of Level 5 Vision 2023, which was animated by MAPPA, a very popular anime studio who is responsible for creating anime like Kakegurui.
So there you have it, everything you need to know about the game, but we've tackled only one part of the story.
Keep it right here in about 2 weeks for part 2 of this series, where we'll interview people within the community about how they spent their time during development. That's coming up next. Reporting from New York, I'm Edvardy Jackson with the World Telegram News.